Last week. Out out there. Know what that guy thought he was doing. Anyway, last time for you, there was a screaming baby, and Zerevex decided to talk to shaman, try to give him a statue. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what I got the start of.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Oh, the hag comes later. Ooh, you'll be in a surprise of what you guys did. Hear it again, it'll be he freaks the blind shaman out, kind of off, but god of the thing that he looked like was not the real god. Even though the guy couldn't see. There was no Stevie Wonder that he didn't like the guy. And then the heroic Dragonborn decided to run away, and not being the bullywug god asked Zerevex with killings hags, bring their heads back, rid of the curse. Really easy. As they left the tent, God's voice haunted Liam about the fact that he. And as you moved north, you saw will-o-the-wisps, although half of you had no idea what the fuck it was. Like the did. Became surrounded by wisps out to him. He retreated. Hag approached. Heroic crew boat. Lark tried to take a better vantage point, but pulled an Eliwick and fell repeatedly. Even despite the heroic and dashingly beautiful Dragonborn's amazing acrobatics to swing off the tree and throw her up. Then Lark shot an arrow at the boat and went straight through, which prompted Zerevex to think an awesome idea to hit something. That prompted wise and beautiful goddess Moroz to say, "Hold on, I'm not prepared for this." As we waited for a while for our goddess to prepare for hitting a hit after you just thought not be able to hit, we failed to hit the boat. Surprise! I told you it was coming. There it is, on the ethereal plane. You can't hit her. The hag fucks the jug. Oh, no weapons. Teleporter behind you. Weakening. Strike a deal. The hag, but not strike the hag because she's freaking ethereal.
Mic drop.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Did you use your inspiration from last week? What? Oh, well, you get one this week then. I thought you had. I haven't been doing a great job.
Yeah, you did.
You'll be able to re-roll with it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. As long as I don't tell you, you can do it before I tell you you succeeded or you failed. So, like, if you got a 1, and I haven't said, like, oh, you failed, you can use it. What are you typing over there? Oh my gosh. Alright, so you guys are, some of you are in the hag hut and some of you aren't. So you have just stepped inside, if you're on the inside, to an overwhelmingly powerful smell of iron. The whole stench of the area makes your stomach somewhat turn. Eliwick, you know that this is not natural magic, as the druids know it, but a different, more corrupt form of the wild magic. So, yeah. Guys gonna do any checks while we're doing this, or?
I'm not in there. Be over here. Yeah, that sounds.
Alright, so what's going on? You guys gonna do a check? No checks? Gonna go in?
I'm gonna try. Everywhere, or a stronger.
You see splatters on the floor and such. You're pretty certain that these are where the iron smell's coming from, but you can't find any like large. That's it in the room.
Gotcha.
Always one.
Always blood. Alright, Zerevex, and also, before we start, did everyone see my message on Skype about today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Today is going to be really important for your alignments and your oaths, so just keep that in mind when you're doing stuff. Okay? Thanks.
Don't kill any children today. Got it.
Oh, I didn't even text and stuff. By the way, to answer your question from last week, no, I don't have Skype on there.
That's good.
And alignments, do I need? Is that just like that's for chaotic neutral?
Yeah, no, just something to think of for everybody. We've been slipping a little bit, so just gotta be aware. Like,
For some of us, that's more important than others.
for some of you, it matters. For some of you, it doesn't. Alright, so you're coming into the hag hut. I've got Liam, Zerevex, and Moroz inside the hut.
What does she want?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if
You
Zerevex
ended
is
last
actually
time.
there, like, on the call, because I haven't heard him.
No, I'm here.
Okay. And I say, I'd be more than willing to go for it, but I hadn't heard anything from that time.
Oh, we didn't do
No,
it.
I was just waiting for us to get situated, I guess. So I guess we ended with just us entering the hut there.
Yep.
So
Alright, so as you come in, you smell that iron smell. There's a crow that's sitting on a rafter holding an eye. This area is very, very overwhelmingly A, smelly, and B, you sense magic. Even those of you that have no magic abilities can feel it in the air. The hag draws you to a small table. It's well worn. There's cut marks on it, more dark marks that look suspiciously like blood.
Smells like blood.
I'm gonna stay at the outside of the door, like just kind of peeking in around, because I am very uncomfortable at the moment.
So
Like-
and also, I believe we talked last time.
Yeah, I'm
because
just kind of peeking around the edge of the door, looking in and watching everybody, but I'm not ready to walk in. This is not comfortable for me.
Yeah, and because I botched the stuff with the beginning, I'm not going to. So we need hags. I don't.
Yeah. Okay, so she takes you to that table, and she looks around, and she says, well, who's going to sign the contract? And she obviously has something written up. In common language, it says that you, blank space, swear that you will take item back to place. With those
It's not
gaps.
suspicious at all.
Well, no, she wants to know who she's making a contract with, and then she'll fill it in.
Sounds like she wants a fetch quest.
Also, somebody has like overlapping stuff. Okay, so who's gonna step up to make a contract with the hag?
Why does there have to be a contract? What's this for? I yell from the doorway.
The hag looks in your direction and says, well, my dear, we have a bargain here. You could come in, we could get this whole thing tidied up. You're obviously here for a reason.
I'm just supporting
whole-
everybody.
The whole what thing tidied up.
Well, it's not every day that adventurers come into my swamp and try to attack me. And so to spare your life, I give you a deal. So who's gonna make it with me?
You realize the bullywugs want you dead, right?
Yes. Yes, they do. And she just gives a really horrible smile.
I don't know. I kind of think the bullywug guy is dead.
Every time you say the word bullywugs, she gets obviously more and more frustrated and angry. You can almost feel her anger rising at the word bullywug.
Is it pronounced bullywug or bullywog or
Bullywug.
which? Oh, well, I'm just.
It's got a U. It's Bullywug.
I know.
Just saying it. Can't help it.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to Lee. Bullywug? Bullywug. Must just be, yeah, bullywug. Well, oog. Yeah, there we go. I've said it about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. So she's getting pissed. And she's going to start pulling one of you closer to the table if no one moves forward. And she says to the group, so, the bullywugs want me dead, and you're here. So which one of you fucked up?
That would be the guy in front of you.
That would be me.
She goes to grab your hand. Are you gonna not allow her to touch you?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull back.
Alright, let's do a strength check. Hold on. I need to get my dice out.
This is when we see a paladin overwhelmed by a hag.
You don't know.
Yeah, so she grabs you. And she drags you over to sign her contract. As she grabs you, her hand feels sticky. When you tried to pull away, it was almost like you couldn't quite do it. Like you kept being pulled back to her hand. It's sticky and slimy. So she looks at you and she writes in the word robe and bullywug town into the places, but she doesn't write the name yet. And she goes, and what do you call yourself today? As if she is really not caring too much about it.
What are the terms of this contract?
All right, so are you asking in character?
Yes.
The hag responds and says, you, points at Zerevex, will return this, points at a robe that's in the back, will return this, yes, to the bullywug encampment.
And if we refuse?
Well, we could try this whole thing again.
What's special about the robe?
Oh, it was just dropped here a long time ago. It should probably go back now.
To the people who want to kill you?
It's their normal Friday thing. It's okay. I'm used to it.
What's the payment either way?
You live.
So you'll kill us if we don't take it back.
That's the whole bargain. That's why we stopped fighting.
Can you at least do something for our friend?
Oh, yes. If you return this, I'll take the curse off you. That's why you're here, right? This is where they send all their cursed people.
I'd like to say, so we wouldn't have to work with the slaving bullywugs.
No. No, you wouldn't have to.
But we would have to work with you.
Yes. But all I'm asking is that you take back a simple robe to the bullywug encampment, and I'll remove whatever curse your friend has.
Can you add that to the contract?
She does. She writes it really fast, but you can read it in common. She writes, you, blank space, promise to take robe back to bullywug encampment. Curse will be removed from blank space. She still doesn't have your name to write down.
Do I see anything like especially magical or anything like that about this robe?
You can do a check on it.
Yeah, I think we all should. It's bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Arcana?
you don't
I was
see
hoping
anything.
I was hoping to see something magical about it.
You
Don't
can't.
you have detect magic?
Yes, but that would only tell me if it's magical. Actually, yeah, let me try that. Do I see anything magical about it?
You don't have detect magic up right now, do you?
I just cast it,
Oh, okay. You see that there's a faint glow around it.
but I wouldn't be able to identify what it is.
No, you have no idea from your check. Liam, you
I know, right?
see that there is something very obviously magical about this. You don't recognize this type of magic, but you know that it's very magical.
Very magical.
Very magical.
Can
Does
I
the robe
try
even
to
look like it would fit a bullywug?
Yeah, you would think it would fit a bullywug.
Can I roll for perception to see if she's likely to be lying / tricking us and see if I can tell from anything?
Go ahead and roll for insight.
Insight.
Can I check that as well?
Sure.
So for these types of checks, can we all make these checks?
Yes, because you wouldn't have the knowledge unless somebody shared it with you, right?
Right.
So,
So we would each in our minds be trying to figure this out for ourselves and not necessarily know unless did or unless someone else succeeded.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
okay. So Eliwick, you are suspicious of this hag. Things don't seem right. From what you know of hags, this probably isn't as simple as it seems. William, you just have an uneasy feeling about this hag experience, but you can't tell if there's anything more to the experience. Zerevex, again, you know that things aren't as easy or simple as they seem when it comes to a hag, so you're suspicious of it. Mariel, you don't really have, other than a gut instinct feeling that you shouldn't be there, you don't have much of an insight towards it. Moroz, you don't know which way to feel at all about it. Lark, you don't know which way to feel about it. And Liam, you're pretty well convinced that this is not as easy to see, or not as easy as it appears, that there must be a trick to it.
Hey, just real quick, so you said that the bullywugs always send their cursed people, right?
Yes, it happens a lot.
So
Every Friday.
who really puts the
Every
curse
Friday.
on them? Is it your magic or is it the bullywugs' magic?
Her eyes kind of sparkle. She goes, "Magic is magic sometimes." And she says it in a sing-songy tone.
The bullywug said that this curse was Weiss-Street.
As soon as you say that, you hear a giggle and a voice that somewhat changes, and then it goes back to the hag's voice.
Well, that was weird.
Red cap.
I don't think it would be the red cap, based on what I know of red caps. They're murder hobos, not really tricksters.
Laughs
Maybe
like
it's Weiss-Street.
Yep.
Or it laughs like the god.
Scratch.
Based on that last reaction,
Yep.
could I pull any insight into why she would have laughed like that?
What is your passive perception?
Oh, that's an 8.
No. You wouldn't really. You would not think too much of it. Perhaps it's a swamp gas.
The fact that, okay.
So she gestures towards Zerevex and goes, "All I need is for you to write your name here and here."
What are you gonna do with his name?
Well, he just needs to write it on the paper so that I can remove his curse when this is done. Contracts and contracts.
Zerevex, I'm not positive that it's a grand idea to make a deal with a creature so evil,
I don't
especially
feel
for a
comfortable.
paladin such as yourself.
Right. I don't think I can sign this.
And she just kind of looks at you and goes, and your other choice is?
Either death or sign it. Right?
Is there anything else we can bargain with?
Oh, there's always a bargain.
They
Are you
better die in the service of good than to become a pawn of evil.
Are you gonna, Bullywug, are you moving into the hut or not into the hut?
Not quite yet. I'm still like peeking in, but I'm edging closer in. Like I'm still very nervous right now, but I'm just trying to protect my friends, but I'm really scared.
Fair enough.
So, Casper, what happens if we try to fail?
Are you asking?
Yes.
Then no curse removed. You deliver a robe, curse removed.
But-
Not you try to deliver a robe, half curse removed.
Right, but is there anything that happens to it if we fail? Like, burns, what else happens? Are there any other consequences?
Oh, there's no other consequences. You just take this robe and take it back to the bullywugs.
Can the robe harm us?
You could, if you came into the room a little bit further, you could do a further check on it and see if you find anything harmful on it.
She was asking her.
I think, yeah.
I know, I'm just letting you know that if you
Okay.
want a real answer to that question. Because the hag is not going to answer that question. She's just going to laugh at you. And
I'm
that's what she does. She just giggles.
I'm going to be like my normal self and run in and put my hand on interrupt Zerevex and put my hand on the paper for a second and try to look at the robe.
What was the hag's name?
That question.
Well, she introduced herself. It's rude if I don't address her by her name.
Yeah, but I don't think I have that piece of paper anymore.
Names are important.
Did she already
It's
introduce
running
herself?
in and I'm like, wait.
Don't tell me.
So, as you put your hand, so you're putting your hand on the piece of paper.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So as you put your hand on the piece of paper, your name fills into the blank.
Yep.
And you see Eliwick Timbers filled into the two blanks, and she laughs. And she says, "Oh dear, you're going to need a curse to go with this."
Oh no.
Yeah. But let me get that name for you, the hag first. I'm sure that's a point since after that.
Rio recess party.
Okay, so what have we learned? Asking if you can ask a certain thing is a question and counts as a question. Touching
Giving
something
your
can
name.
fulfill contracts.
And giving your name results in it being wiped from existence.
I should have just signed it Lut Heldor.
You don't know it though.
That
Actually, that's what I was going to ask is if Liam signs it with a name that's not actually his because his other name got taken, is that really...
I was gonna
understand.
do just some
Liam,
other made-up
it's-
person, or even like somebody we don't like.
All right, so she was Turtleback Agnes Bristbones.
Really?
Yes, I remember the order that I put the name in the generator.
So Agnes for short.
Is it Agnes or Hagness?
Agnes, the A. Gretchen, you feel a disturbance in the force, and you don't know what's been done to you, but there's been something done. And she goes, "Now here's your robe," and the robe comes floating toward you. And she taps you on the shoulder and goes, "Take this with you, dear."
I didn't sign this though.
Oh, but you did. Yeah. Olivia's like, "Oh."
What's her curse? What did you do to her?
Oh, every curse gets shown differently. You'll find out when the time is right.
Who
Is
are
she still holding on to Zerevex?
No.
Damn.
Who are you?
Yeah, what Olivia said. And she goes, I'm Turtleback Agnes Gristlegums. I've said this before.
Turtleneck?
You are not
Turtleback.
a normal hag.
You're not a normal human. That makes two of us.
So you admit you're not a normal hag.
Well, I like to believe I'm the best hag.
Are you also a bullywug god?
As you say that, the hag morphs, and what you see is. Please pause while I look for the. This is not what I thought. I can't find the picture I'm looking for, but what you see before you is a large frog like creature, different from the bullywugs, and he goes, yes, and now two of you have my curse, and he poofs out.
Welcome to the frog side.
Freaking heck.
I think we might need to watch Eliwick in case she turns into a bullywug at night.
Yeah, I have a feeling that might happen too.
So
All that
Wait,
happens.
can I? So the hag frog thing just disappeared.
Yep.
after making itself die.
I want to yell? Wait! What about Zerevex's curse?
There's no response.
Ah, crap.
Yep, we're screwed.
I think it may be prudent to journey towards one of the larger cities where we can find a high level or a high powered priest of a good god who will not trick us in order to relieve this curse.
Well, yeah, I actually kind of agree with that because if you think about it, if that's Y Street and the bullywugs pray to Y Street and they or whatever his name is just said we get this every Friday, he is setting up this circular, thing. So I have a feeling that if we try to play by his rules, all of us are going to be bullywugs by the end. I kind of agree with you to go to a different religion to get rid of this now.
Do we know who Weistry's enemy is?
You do not. I do.
Damn.
Also, I want to, as your DM, do a disclaimer that think about what other terms are used when you think of a contract.
I asked about it.
Uh-huh. What other terms?
Consequences. I asked about it. Breaking the contract.
There's other things. So just think about
Glossaries,
that.
appendixes.
Fine print.
Did she leave the
Grata?
Did she leave the paper behind?
Nope, paper's gone.
Well, I think we need to head back to the Bullywug village now.
What time of day is it by now?
Or camp out, then head back.
I think it was evening when you were there.
All right. I mean, if we're going to camp out, we should do it near a river, like the one that's right next to us.
Yeah, it's
Is
so
this
beautiful.
really a safe area to do it in, though?
Is there any safe area in a swamp?
Well, how-
It has to be safer than here.
How long would it take to travel out back to the main trail?
I believe it took you less than a day to get here. So it would be less than a day to get back to the Bullywug camp, and then it would be 3 days to get back to the trail.
Didn't we go on a trail to get here, or am I misremembering that?
You took the Tribord Trail to get there to Agatha's, and then it was a day journey from Agatha's to where you're at.
Well, we went from Agatha's to the bullywug camp, then to here.
Yep. But you did the Bullywug there in one day.
I think we should just get back to the Bullywug camp because they didn't seem like they were going to harm us much. And if the two of us are basically bullywugs now.
I do not think that I would prefer to spend the night with a bunch of slavers.
But we can
Unless
kill him.
they were
we
no
can
longer
sleep outside of
breathing.
we don't have to sleep with them, just outside. But we know.
So, is anybody else concerned that their god is sending us with a magical cloak back to them?
Yes,
Just
that's
a
what
little
I'm
bit.
saying. I think we're all going to end up being bullywugs if we play by his rule.
That's why I'm
Sure,
saying we just
whatever.
screw this thing and go somewhere with somebody who can fix this.
Yep, I'm with Liam on that.
Where
We
would-
we already know how to take care of a bullywug in our own
Yeah.
party. We have 2 bullywugs. Well, assuming that is what she's going to. Then hopefully we get somebody with a higher power to take care of this.
Okay, let's be reasonable at this. If we go back to the bullywug camp to free the slaves, we leave Eliwick far away
Why are we going back to free the slaves?
to free the slaves.
to free the slaves.
But why? That seems like the
Cares?
lowest on our list of things
Yeah.
to do right now. We have other more important things.
Yeah, if we bring the
There are
rope back,
slaves.
at least one person will be freed of the
Yeah.
curse.
Group. Like, we need to take care of Eliwick and Zerevex first, because we don't even know what Eliwick's going to do.
So
With the
actually,
curse.
yeah, we don't know what Eliwick's going to do. I just thought, if we don't tie up this now, then let's say that we cure both of them, and then we try to tie up this end. And somebody else, somehow, I'm sure, is going to be turned into a bullywug, and we're going to have to go through. I say we just burn the whole thing.
I am not convinced that if we deliver the robe, Eliwick will be cured.
And we certainly don't
Waistry
think
is-
Zerevex will.
Shown a large amount of trickery
I'm
Yeah,
thus
and
far.
50
I think we should go and try to talk to someone in one of the towns and see if they can help us. I don't think that we need to go free the slaves on our way over there. I think that would just cause more issues with this whole thing.
Yep.
And there's no point to that. Like, that's not going to help us with fixing Zerevex and Eliwick right now. That's only going to possibly harm them.
Well, and I didn't see any time restriction on the contract. I would ask Eliwick.
I'm here.
Well, here, Zerevex or Eliwick, you the closest to the contract. Any date, time, anything?
No.
No. I was hoping to examine the actual like paper, but
Real?
It's in common.
Touched it.
yeah, there could have been something written on the back. Obviously, my name got signed in without me actually accepting it. So
You know, I think we might want to move like a few feet away from the hut and discuss this there, because I'm not sure that staying in this location discussing this is the best use of our possibly getting cursed again.
Well, true, but we all.
I was going to say, also, Waistry seemed to follow us all the way from the camp to here, so I'm not exactly sure moving 20 feet will help.
Yeah, I really don't think there is any safe space, regardless of whether or not it's written up or not. I don't know. I kind of think that we get a perspective as to what all of this magic is. Maybe other towns have dealt with this. Oh yeah, you do. I just think if we play by his rules, you're gonna get like more of us are gonna.
What would be the largest nearby town?
the
Because if we are going to go trekking crazily, where would we go?
Isn't it
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter somewhere near?
No, it's Neverwinter.
is the cloak still like hanging up, floating next to me?
It's disappeared from your view. You don't know where it's at, but you don't think it's gone.
Wait. We've been told to deliver a cloak and now the cloak is gone.
You don't know where it's
It's
at.
not
but you
gone,
know
it's just invisible.
Can I walk outside the hut and see if it's following me? Like, see if I perceive that it's following me?
No, but you can add 3 pounds to your pack.
Oh, fuck.
Worry about
Wait,
that
that's
too
what you're
much.
concerned
Have
with?
somebody like magic. touch it or do.
Is her pack glowing?
Well, it would be glowing no matter what because of your orb.
Is it more glowing?
It's glowing.
Okay.
Can we take out the globe? Can we take out the globe and look at it again?
Well, my pack feels heavier.
Yep.
You're
Can you
in
look
or
at
on
it?
your pack somewhere.
I really don't want to be toting this around to gazillions of different places just looking for something when we don't even know what it's doing, and we have to make a pass right by the bullywug camp. Why can't we just drop it off there as we're going by?
Can we
That's
just like put
certainly-
it under rock? I mean, it didn't say we had to deliver it to somebody.
Right. Serving a trickster god does not sound like my idea of a good time.
No.
I'm not serving it. I'm stuck with this.
You're
What we
doing
can
what
do-
the contract says.
What we could do is we could go by, and me and Eliwick could go in. She could deliver it, and we just leave. I'm fine for the time being cursed like this.
Well, I do agree that if we go by there again, nobody else.
What about the slaves?
One of the things I was just thinking and nervous about is if they're turning us into bullywugs, what the likeliness, if this is happening over and over again, what's the likeliness they're making us slaves?
Yep.
Another reason to free them.
But we
Perhaps
don't
we-
even. That just seems. I don't think we can take on the entire Bullywug town. And I don't think that would really help us with fixing Eliwick and Zerevex. I don't know why you're so set on killing the slaves over there. Or
Not killing
freeing
them.
the slaves. Sorry, freeing the slaves.
Well, free, kill, different languages. That
Killing
All
the
right,
other people.
powwow time.
We liberated their souls. It's fine.
Powwow time.
Have a
means
desire
we're
for
freeing them from the mortal
several-
coils of life.
I will explain my obsession with freeing the slaves.
Okay.
Back when I was a young man, I was not always a member of Palor's divine servitude. That did not come out well. Anyway, I myself was a slave employed in the darkness of a dwarven mine until, oh crap, what was his name? I have his name written down. Until a group of heroes led by the cleric of Palor named Umbro came and freed us all. From that day, once he saved us, I pledged my life to Palor in order to serve the weak and help everybody in need. That is why we must free the slaves, in order to free them from this curse which may have afflicted them as well as Zerevex and now Eliwick.
But that's just going to put us in the middle of the Bullywug town camp thing. And and what happens if all the rest of us get turned into bullywugs while we're doing that? I think we need to figure out how to fix Eliwick and Zerevex first. Like, if you want to do that afterwards, like, we can talk about that then, but it just does not seem like the next logical step.
The light of Palor or other gods of good should be able to burn away this curse.
Okay, well, can you get rid of the curse right now?
Yeah. Not doing a very good job there, buddy.
I
Just-
unfortunately do not have the ability to channel Palor's will with that capacity.
Okay, so we should go fix them with someone that can first.
Do you know, as a Palor, if there are any temples close by? Because certainly, if that is what your god requires, then he love this.
Assuming
I would
that
think he'd
Neverwinter.
want to help.
Out of character, I assume in Neverwinter, right?
Yeah, definitely never. When you need 5 of them.
Yeah, definitely in Neverwinter.
Okay, well, not only do I really feel we need some more education on this, say that is what you're up for, maybe we can have something more powerful to bring back and not only help our people, but everybody there. I think going in there half-cocked is...
Wise words coming from Moroz.
Yeah, I know.
Ironic.
I'm a beautiful and glorious dragonborn. I know all about religion. Like any of the religions. This is the reason why it's stupid. They're all bullywug.
So,
So should we just walk back, see if we can drop the cloak off on the outside of the door and go? Keep going?
Or is the idea we go back to Neverwinter
I'll tell you
without dropping off the cloak at all? Because I think that fulfilling any part of the contract is just going to lead to more pain.
I can, but it is. That is the best way to help yourself. I think you need to be in control of that choice. I don't want to have any part of it, though. I would much rather go to, but because it is your name on that paper, and both Liam and I think that this would be a terrible idea, playing by his rule. But it is your name. It is your. I will not be going with you.
It's a terrible idea as well.
Okay, so that's 3 people who think it's a terrible idea.
I also think it's a terrible idea.
Said before.
Well, then I'm going to need a lot of support because I'm feeling very uncomfortable. This magic is not natural, and I have this thing on me. So I am going to need an excessive amount of support from you guys to carry this through.
Which is why I think we need to go fix this first before trying to attack the bullywugs.
And by fix this first, do you mean go to Neverwinter?
Yeah.
Okay.
See the priesthood.
I mean, yeah, we
There's a
can
lot of-
support you just like we've been supporting Zerevex. I definitely think we should walk in there with a little bit more than no
Running
idea
into
what's
another
going on.
creature doesn't bother me. That's not something I'm worried about. It's this unnatural item that I'm carrying that I can't see, but I know is there, is what's bothering me.
Actually, can't you see it?
They said
you
it.
should really look for it. You just felt your back get heavier.
Oh, well, I don't want to go digging around. It doesn't make me feel comfortable, unless somebody wants to take it off my hands.
Nope. Not touching that shit.
Thought not. Then we should just get going because I want this over. This is
All right.
an uncomfortable hut. This is an uncomfortable situation, and it's not natural.
If anybody were to take it from you, I would suggest Zerevex, since he cannot be afflicted with the same curse twice.
Assuming
assume.
it's the curse.
It did say that it was the same curse.
Did it?
Yeah.
Don't know if
It
we have
said-
another option.
It just said we'll remove the curse from blank.
No, they said now you have the same. Now 2 of you have the same one at some point.
No, I just said you needed a curse.
Yep.
No, because after that it said something said you.
Both have curses.
There was something about both of you being afflicted.
With the great curse or something, and it sounded like it was the same one. But maybe not. Okay. Well, you just won't assume that.
Yeah,
Alright, well-
given this trickster god, I wouldn't assume.
I think the consensus here is that we head towards Neverwinter now.
With haste.
Should we stop by Vandalen on the way back?
No.
Maybe pick up supplies?
That's
and-
pretty far out of the way.
Well, I think it would be on the way back.
Wasn't Neverwinter like just to the, what is it, east northeast
Does
of
anybody
us?
have a
Due
goddamn-
west.
So you have the
Neverwinter is
option.
due
East, yeah,
west.
west northwest. Sorry.
You have the option of cutting through an area, or you have the option of going on a trail, the Tribord Trail, and then to the high road back to Neverwinter.
What kind of area would we?
A quest to turn in.
Oh yeah, we gotta go talk to Sister Gorilla.
What kind of area would we be cutting through?
It would be difficult terrain, dense swamps and forests.
Oh, we do need to go to Vandalen. I also have
It would
the
be a
sport
forest,
that I have
though?
to turn in.
There would be a lot of marshland and swamps, though. Yeah, there would be some forests, but there'd be a lot of marshland and swamps.
And so how long do you think it would take, since I have maybe a week's worth of rations?
So look. Not how you look. It It will take you a week and a half to get back.
Both ways, or
Well, it'll take you a week and a half to get to Neverwinter.
but is that through both ways?
The other way, it's slightly shorter, but it is difficult terrain.
How
Right.
far is it to Fandalen?
3 days.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that
pretty.
And that's in the opposite direction?
Van Dalen is more of a southwest from go back and then head southwest. And then
If we're gonna
from
take- I think if we were going to take the main roads back to Neverwinter, that we would effectively go right by Pandalen anyway.
You know what would help this whole conversation?
You're gonna move us to the map.
Yeah, but I'm sure going to get you there.
Oh,
Ta-da!
we have to go through unexplored territory.
Does the river lead all the way to Neverwinter?
Hmm.
I think we should head back, follow the trail all the way back down to Van Dalen. That way we can see Sister Gorilla.
Well, we
About
already
the
know
book.
she doesn't know anything about bullywug. That's why we're here to begin with.
No, but we can let her know where the book is that we learned from Agatha, as well as I can hand in this orc's head,
Okay.
and
Does
then
the boat work?
Bold Zerevex.
Is it?
You would have to try to know.
the boat is actually not there because someone kicked it last.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got kicked
Ah.
out.
So
That
it
was
was
silly.
real, but now it's gone.
Good news, bad news.
Do we know where it went?
Down the river somewhere.
Yeah. Into the swamp area. You could go look for it if you want.
Nope.
So one quick question:
Mm-hmm.
Is she it to get angry, as said bullywug more often?
Yeah.
But if it was a bullywug god, why would it be angry about hearing?
Maybe they're not going to church on Sunday.
That's true.
Well, and it didn't change into a bullywug. It changed into a frog-like creature. Could be something else.
Right, but if the bullywugs are its subject, unless they obviously pray to it. I don't know. It's
Or
just
somehow
kinda
revere it. Is there anything past Coneyberry? Do we know?
Did we ever go to Coneyberry?
Yeah, that
You
was
did.
this thing right there.
And-
You know that that's in the general area that they're talking about the undead. The other
They could
side.
totally help us.
Yeah, they're very helpful people in here.
They're just dying to help.
I say we stop by Coneyberry first.
We could actually go there, head east, take care of the undead, and then continue on. Being cursed for a couple extra days is probably not going to make too much of a deal.
What was
Unless
the
Waystry finds us again.
What was the reward?
How do we know? How do we actually know if it's actually Waystream? It could just be the hag transforming to mislead us.
It wasn't said. Anything.
Are there any other hags in this swamp? We still
Well,
need a head.
3 of them? So I'm guessing at least 3.
I mean, that would be a reasonable idea, but does the curse? One of the question is, does the curse become permanent? Because if the bullywugs hanging out with the slavers are all previous recipients of this curse, then might dawdling be a poor idea?
Or maybe they've
Unless
just
it
been
only
bullywugs.
becomes permanent when you go back. Maybe they have something there that keeps it permanent, like some sort of jade idol or something.
Boy,
Maybe
that
some
sure
sort of
would.
witch there.
This
You
this
sign
cut is
up
making
that-
me more and more nervous. We need to get moving.
Well, actually, there might be something to finding the other hags, because if whatever this the visage of a hag, perhaps they don't like it. Perhaps they would help. And if we're right here,
I don't think we can trust hags.
can't trust anything else.
The lesser of two evils.
He still
I
has that
start
magic water also.
I get out of the hut. I start walking towards the
Didn't
edge of the hut.
Didn't they take the magic water?
Yeah.
No, he has it back.
No,
Give it
she
back.
gave it back to me.
I still think the Neverwinter option's the best option.
I do too.
Then let's go.
Do we want to go straighter way? That
I think hang Van Dalen first for, especially since some people don't have as much food as others.
What about Coneyberry?
It's
Coneyberry's not a real town.
Yeah. that town's dead.
Literally.
And if we run into any forests, we can always ask our wise ranger. But if you guys are worried about
Rangers are
dawdling,
good.
going all the way back to a town where we know the local thought about this thing, it'll double our time.
Will it? Because we'll be going along a road then instead of along difficult terrain.
We also don't even know what's over that way.
I think the boat is a great idea.
The boat is a horrible idea.
Rated G,
Boat!
have us make a boat.
Can we look around for the boat?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, so let's just spend at least 15 minutes seeing if we can find the boat. If we can't find the boat, then
You don't see any trace of the boat.
Damn. Can anybody fashion a boat?
No boat.
Anybody fashion a
No
raft?
boat.
We have a spell to summon or destroy water, but not boats.
I do not have any spells that do boats.
Dang.
Nor do I.
If we rest, I could burn the water.
How much water?
30 gallons.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
No boats.
No boats.
okay.
All right. Well, where are we wanting to go? Are we wanting to go to Van Dalen first or head to Neverwinter?
Let's do a vote. Those in favor of heading to Van Dalen.
Aye.
Sure, why not?
Do we know which one will take longer?
Not for sure.
Yeah, you're going through unknown territory. You're not for
How
sure.
much? The other question is, how many rations does everybody have?
9.
9.
9.
And
I've got
a few
15.
apples.
And a bag of apples.
I have 5 jars of grain alcohol.
I have 8. But again, run into any forest, ranger can find food.
Hopefully.
That's true. And it was forest south of us, right?
Yeah.
So if we walk that way, maybe we can hit forest instead of the crappy bog area and then go faster?
I think that's a decent.
So we can trying to go like this direction-ish, so we maybe hit some forest instead of the bog, which would probably be closer to the river.
Should we stay near the river for the bullywugs?
Well, can't Liam make water, right? Don't you have a water making spell?
Yes. We could also stay, it might be a good idea to stay near the river, though. We could also probably travel faster along the river, but we don't know if it actually goes to Neverwinter.
Does anybody in the party just happen to have random knowledge about this forest and what it is?
Do I?
Like, does anybody just like happen to have like background knowledge on this forest?
I've been running the forest, but I don't know which one. So because I didn't know much about the area when I was developing my character. So
Well, somebody could talk to the local fauna.
we're not in local fauna really right now. There's not a
Okay,
lot.
south and find forest.
No, fauna is
Yeah.
South
in
and
an
find
animal.
forest. You can.
Oh,
Tauntauns are lukewarm.
if we could find a little critter, then maybe talk to it and see if it can either direct us somewhere or something.
Are we already walking at all? Are we outside of the hut yet?
You're outside the hut, but I don't think you guys have made a decision of where you're gonna go. Some of you have looked for a boat, so I assume you've walked around the river area.
Yeah, for 15
Okay,
minutes.
then I'll take a look and see if I can find any animals that can give us any hints. What do I roll for that?
Go ahead and roll nature.
Nature.
You unfortunately do not find any animals in this area. However, you do remember that there's a crow in the hag hut.
There's
Yeah,
a,
that's gonna go well.
there isn't anything out here, but there was a crow in there. I really don't like it in there.
Well, I mean, we don't have a lot of knowledge to go on. I know it's uncomfortable for you, but since you want support, perhaps we could support you, and go with you, talk to this crow, and hope.
I
Okay.
cast guidance.
There you go.
Okay, I will go in and use my spell of talking to speak with animals
Okay.
to talk to the crow.
And before the crow tells us it used to be a person.
So how are you gonna start the conversation off?
Let me think. Sorry. Sorry. And we walked in there and the crow is still there, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll walk up to the crow and say, "Good crow, do you have any idea of what lies to the south of us if we follow the river back towards Neverwinter?"
So you want to know about the river, not the path south?
No, the path towards Neverwinter through the path south. Like,
So you want to, can you draw like a line on the map? How you want to do it?
yeah, like, because we were talking about going this way, right?
Let's see.
Like
Oh,
that. Or which were we talking about, guys?
I thought we were just gonna go straight east and hope the river took us there. Or west.
I thought we were gonna go down toward find forest because our people are good at that.
We could, I would say, ask if there are any forests to the west, because that would help out.
Okay.
The crow should know because it flies, so it should be up ahead. Maybe ask if it can direct us the best way through forests to get to Neverwinter.
What if the jerk?
Straight as the crow flies, you say.
Do you have any idea how close we can get to forest from here?
and the crow, so the crow opens its beak and drops the eye it was holding on to. And says, "Oh, hi, cursed one. Forest. Well, there's some to the south, and there's some to the west, and there's some to the north, none to the east, and they're pretty far off."
It's a very well-spoken crow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sir Crow. Is there a safest direction?
The crow kind of looks at you, and you get the feeling that the crow is kind of in judgment and goes, through a magical forest. A fey forest.
Ah, that would be a tricky one.
And he goes, but if you want to know about where the forests are, a little to the north, a little to the south, a little to the west, a whole lot of water in between.
Thank you very much. Is there anything we can do to help you in this area?
No, it's okay. I've got my eye. I'll remember your face, though.
Thank you very much. Should I give you your eye back, or can you get it yourself?
I'll get it. And it hops down and it gets the eye.
Thank you very much for your help.
Yeah, you be safe now. Sorry about the curse.
I appreciate it.
You know, ask what that
Do you have any idea how to break it?
Well, no. I don't see many people come back here.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of them bail. Then they die.
Would you like to go with us?
Sure. And it hops onto your shoulder. With its eye and its beak bouncing.
Thank you, sir.
And it tells you, oh, hold on. Let me look at my name generator.
We have a name generator for crows.
Shut your face. And it
Sounds
says,
like a great idea.
my name's Farzu.
Farview?
Farzu, B-A-R-Z-U.
Barzu. That's a very interesting name.
Yep.
At least we have a food supply now.
Did you just call the
Did you
bird?
say that out loud?
Very quietly.
Oh boy.
The crow flaps its wings and then settles back onto Eliwick's shoulder.
I wouldn't let her touch you.
The crow kind of nuzzles in further. Closes
All right.
its eye and plays with its eye. Closes its eyes and plays with the eye it has.
Okay, so going through the forest, it's a fey forest, which can be very dangerous, as you might know about the fey. So we were somewhat safe coming along the way we came. We may just want to go back the same way to the path.
Would I know anything that would be able to give us protection or guidance through a fey forest?
You have a way to get protection through this forest. And it's whether or not you decide to use it. You know this, it's in your backstory.
Is it that forest?
It is that forest.
All right. It's
is-
that forest.
It is your choice what you want to do.
This
I mean-
forest.
Oh, I was just gonna say since I'm a gnome, I have pretty good comfort level with fey, but I'm also very wary of them, right?
Yep, you respect the fact that they are fey and they are powerful.
Okay.
What exactly is fey? Because I know I have like fey ancestry, and I don't actually know what that means because it didn't come up till now.
So fey is kind of a classification of creature. They're basically wild magic creatures.
Okay.
There's a Seelie court and an unseelie court. They're usually humanoid, have supernatural abilities, and they're connected to nature type of deal.
They can usually be fairly
Okay.
tricksty.
Yeah, that's the most important thing here, is that fey forest can lead you astray easily.
Yep. And it also depends what court you're in. There's a Seelie court and unseelie court. And you wouldn't know which one you've gone into or which territory you've gone into until you're already there. And then even then you might not know.
I think it's
Don't
best
eat
to
the
head
food.
south and get to
We could probably
Van
make a
Dalen.
fairly good guess as to which type we're in.
You could, but maybe not initially until you're too deep.
Would I be able to guess
No,
this easily?
You would know very easily. You know this forest.
I know this forest. So would I know that this is safe ground for me,
You would know that this is safe ground for you.
but not necessarily the rest of the party?
Correct.
Why wouldn't it be safe ground for the rest of the party too if I'm with them?
You don't know what their backstories are. On that note, I need more water. I'm sorry.
Well,
And also, Fae can be tricky, so be out of character. Even if you have some type of protection or some type of whatever around you, they're known to get or pickpocket and all kinds of little stuff, even within your own personal sphere. So certainly other.
I don't know. The Fae that are in this forest, there's a long story behind it, but effectively, they owe my family a debt.
Why is that?
Well, going back long generations ago, the forest was in trouble of dying. A bunch of adventurers wandered into the forest and saved it. As a thank you, a number of the Fae in the forest pledged themselves as effectively patron deities of their houses. Go down several million generations, or maybe probably only like 80, and now you have my family. That is why I have been able to form a pact with one of the Fae that live in this forest.
So you said that Dire were attacking this?
What?
What was attacking the forest that your ancestors saved it from?
It was a magical spell that was causing the forest to die. It was caused by some witch at the time. Those people defeated it, and the forest recovered, and the Fae were thankful to the adventurers who saved it.
Well, I'm fairly comfortable around Faye, but I know could be a scary prospect for others. So I will let the rest of the company decide whether or not they wish to embark in a land that is unknown to them.
Now, do they just owe you a debt, or do they actually give you active protection? Or is it like a everybody gets one type thing that's done, or a more
I would think of
compatible?
it more as they won't kill us on sight. And as long as we don't do anything to provoke them, we should be safe, assuming that nobody else has done anything to cause their ire in the past. So if somebody, let's say, pissed off some of the Fae in this forest originally, they would still be fair game.
Okay. So, and I don't know, this is in character. I don't know a whole lot about Fae, but I know some of them are good and some are bad. What are these guys?
They are, well, as far as I'm concerned, they're not bad.
How
Are
about as far as
bullywugs
we
sometimes
concerned?
against the Fae?
Although I should say that I've never personally been in these forests.
How do you even, they would know who you are?
My patron protector, Luna, is effectively a house god. We worship to her, and she gave us good tidings, small fortunes, and at some point, I'd say that I made a pact with her specifically, and then I went out on the road.
Okay.
So my ancestors were in this area. I have not been.
So, we know it's a magical forest. We know that at least some people are on good tidings with the. Hopefully, that protection would members. If that's the case, then I would say, as long as we get to trees or whatever, then if we run a water to the rain, help us. We've got a crow that could fly out and like one of us, as long as we get. Yeah, I kind of think that this route would be way better. Like 90% much better, 10%.
Well, if anybody has any reason that they think that they might not like them, I would highly recommend the road instead.
Is there anything with the curse that the Fae would be annoyed about, with the bullywugs warring with them?
Well,
Things like that.
the Fae aren't generally fond of bullywugs.
Say are or aren't?
Aren't.
Ah.
Perhaps the road would be a better option.
Yeah, now that you say that.
Unfortunately, I do feel like our best route for our group, as diverse as it is, would be the road, even though it may be longer. And
What-
go ahead.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Are we in agreement then?
Back to the road?
Do we take the road back, even though it might take, whatever, 7 days or whatever in that road?
It'll take a little longer, but we know the route and it's probably safest.
And let us make haste.
Okay.
We're walking? Is our,
What's your marching
Yeah.
order?
I think
Also, don't
Same
get
as
too
normal?
crazy with the marching experience yet because
every,
so it's nighttime now.
Oh, good.
And
So we're
So you're-
stuck in this forest tonight then.
no, you can push through if you want. I'm just letting you know what time of day it is, which is actually time of night.
does anybody need to worry about if they're going to become a frog?
No, because you already rolled for that. Or I rolled my roll when we got to the hag hut.
Oh, so we almost had a situation with a frog at the hag hut.
Oh yeah. So you guys can push through if you want. Are you pushing through?
How long would it take us to push through out of the forest?
and remember, we will have to pass back by Agatha.
Well, we don't specifically have to, do we?
Yeah, you don't have to go that way. I mean, you don't have to stop. You can keep moving. She is a banshee. It is.
Yeah, it'll be night.
What if we just go straight south
Yeah, I was just gonna.
instead? Cut back, ignore going towards Conaberry, but
The
Just
crow
gone.
said, the crow did say that straight south does take us into the magical forest.
Yep.
That is true.
Yeah,
I-
but
oh.
magical forest at least okay with is probably better than a big.
Especially at night.
Yep.
Or do we want to stay here for the night?
make
And
camp
then
for tonight
embark
and head out tomorrow morning type
tomorrow.
thing.
So are we not in the forest?
Swamp.
You're in swamp.
Okay. So is this William? Do you know if this swamp is magic?
I've never heard of the swamp before we got here.
Well, but you're able to detect magic and stuff.
Oh, yes, I can detect magic. I can see that a lot of things in the Hutter magic, a lot of things in her Packer magic.
So perhaps we should not make camp near the hut.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if we're in a magical swamp, then what's a magical swamp? Magical forest.
Question, was the crow magic?
You know,
Is the crow's eyeball magic?
the crow's eyeball is glowing. The crow itself is not.
Might have just created an Obama microwave for Weistry.
Oh, good.
I was wondering about that.
And for instance, the HUD is magic, the pack is magic, the eyeball in that crow's mouth is magic.
What? The eyeball in that crow's mouth is magic? What the hell?
Always like a popcorn.
Can I do an Arcana check on the eyeball?
Sure.
Oh, I'm on the wrong path.
How about you know anything about that eyeball?
For your Arcana check, you know that this is a magical item. Whether it was a magical person that lost an eye, or an item, or an eye that was made into a magical item, you're unsure.
It's a magical eyeball, guys. Maybe the crow knows something.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to. Since I've got can speak with small animals just in general, can I just, talk to it?
Sure.
Like, do I have to?
What do
Has
you
it been 10 minutes?
No,
Well,
no.
no, that's what I'm saying is like this wouldn't be my spell. This is a gnome. I can speak with small beasts in general. So
It also has been 10 minutes, so you would be able to.
What?
It also hasn't been. The spell's not expired yet.
Crow, is your eyeball watching us or could cause us any harm?
And the crow says, "No, cursed one, this can't hurt you. It doesn't watch anymore either.
What was it for?
See out of people's faces. It doesn't have a face anymore." Oh.
So you're sure it won't cause us any harm as we travel?
It won't cause you any harm.
Could
Can
it
you ask the crow?
What?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Could you ask the crow whether or not it would be better to travel directly south or towards Coneyberry? Speed-wise?
I can. Do you think what's your opinion of where we should travel? Directly south or towards Coneyberry?
If you go south, there's something really bad. I don't like going over there very much.
I feel like we should probably go towards Coneyberry. The crow says there's something very bad. What was the crow's name again? I'm sorry.
Barzu?
Barzu. Barzu says that there's something very bad to the south, so we should probably just backtrack.
Ask him if he a good way around Agatha's lair, because
Do you know a good way around Agatha's lair to not anger her?
The crow gets really excited and goes, "Yeah, I can just fly over it."
What about us who don't have wings?
The crow stops bouncing the eye for a second. It's almost as if the crow's thinking and says, maybe you should just run really fast by it.
We may not get much help on getting by Agatha's.
Let's crash not too far from here so we don't go by the Banshee in the middle of the night.
yeah. Why don't we
like
just
plan to
crash and go in the morning? That bad during the day.
Does the crow know if this area is safe?
Where you're at right now?
Yeah.
Well, Gretchen would have to ask.
Is it safe for us to rest here tonight?
The crow looks around, the eyeball continuing to bounce, and goes, "Yeah, I think it's okay. There's nothing really around here."
Barzu says he thinks it's okay for us to rest here. There's nothing really around.
I wonder. And so, wait, does the crow understand what we say?
No.
Okay. So I say to Eliwig, I wonder if there's a document to look out for us.
I can ask, but we may still want to be sure we have lookouts of our own.
Yeah, I
That's a
don't
good
trust
idea.
that crow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody should cut down the suspicious tree and we can light it on fire.
Oh boy. So you're making a camp?
Yep, I think so. Barzu, will you help keep watch?
Yeah, I can try.
Thank you.
And it bounces the eyeball and goes, "He can try too."
I thought you said he doesn't watch.
No, he doesn't, but he can try.
Oh. Good point.
With one eye.
And this is how we got a mascot.
I like Barzu.
I'm not gonna lie, this is like the fun I'm having. We're playing as a bird.
You're so
We have a
funny.
mascot, and we have a team name.
Woo!
We have a team name.
Oh yeah, you guys came up with one. Yes, you did. Also, I'm missing a dice.
You can't have mine.
Alrighty. Let's up and got our watch.
What's I think I'm still good on spells, so I'll take first watch for now. Are we gonna get an experience before we go to bed? Oh, goddess Tamora.
Yes, you will. Everybody add 90 experience to your stuff.
98?
No, just 90. 'Cause
90. Okay.
Ding.
Yeah.
Plus,
think
what
that-
level?
Just about everyone, I think, is level 3 now.
Yay.
Yeah, but I think most of you were level 3 before today.
Well, yeah, we
No,
still hadn't
we hadn't
slept.
slept yet.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't filled in any of my spells. Jeez.
So everyone that just leveled up now, your next kitchen trigger will be at 2,700 experience.
2,700.
So I'm guessing we're
Wow.
doing a long rest.
Yep. Are you doing a long rest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch again?
I was going to take first watch.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, I'll be second.
Gretchen, are you Elric, are you having Barzu out?
Yeah, Barzu is keeping watch, and I'll go ahead and I can take first watch. I missed two. Yeah, I can take first with Liam.
I think Lark was taking first with Liam.
Oh,
Unless you want to spot.
no, that's fine.
We're all typing them into the chat.
Yep.
Yeah. Then I can take second with William.
Okay.
Ariel's doing third and fourth? Okay, I'll do third.
Alright, so first watch. Tell me what you're doing while you're on watch.
Well, making offerings to Paylor and hanging out near the fire.
Is the bird hanging out with us?
The bird is just kind of, it's not by Lark. Noticeably, it's not by Lark. It is over kind of by Eliwick. It's still playing with the eye. It throws it in the air, catches it, throws it again. It looks a lot like a puppy with a toy.
Very, very sick toy.
Yes.
A never decomposing sick toy.
So is it like a glass eye?
No, it's like a human eye. It's
That's not
still
creepy
got
at
the
all.
nerve attached to it. That's what's holding it by.
Are you sure we don't want to kill this bird?
When you say that, the bird looks at you.
But the bird doesn't understand our speech.
Yeah.
It doesn't understand your speech, but understands your feelings towards it. It looks at you and kind of just gets closer to Eliwick and still throwing the eye.
It understands murderous intent.
Yes. It has self-preservation.
I'm not sure that eliminating the bird would be the best option, considering it seems to be trying to help us. Or so says Eliwick.
It's playing with a rotten eye.
It doesn't say it wasn't rotten.
Not rotten.
Well, then it must be very fresh, and that's not a good sign either.
I think the magic is preserving it.
Well, Lark,
Well, it's
what type
also
of
an
eye will
hag's
make
hut.
you happy?
I would
Don't
rather
like
it be a
decaying ones,
glass
you
eye.
don't like new ones.
Maybe we can purchase one of those in Neverwinter.
And this is how the whole thing just became toys for Barzu. Alright, so you guys are on watch. You're being suspicious of the crow. You're making offerings to Taylor. Your watch goes on without incident. Next watch.
While keeping watch, I'm also in prayer to my patron, stating that I'll be passing through her territory in the coming day. If there's any advice she can give me.
Okay.
be
You feel very close to your patron. There's not an immediate answer. You get the feeling that if you sleep on it, you'll have some sort of connection to her.
All right.
I'm petty. Well, I kind of stroke Barzu's feathers and keep a lookout, looking around for any other animal life that might be there. Should I roll for that?
Sure.
Yeah. That was still nature, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't see anything.
Okay. And is it also nature to look for edibles, like any kind of foodstuffs?
Yep. Or survival. It's your choice.
Let's go with survival.
You see some low-hanging berries that look like they'd be edible. You notice there's a mint plant close by. You can smell it from where you're at. So you see berries and mints around.
I will go pick the berries and the mints and put them in my pack. I'm going to show the berries to Barzu and see if he thinks they're okay,
Okay.
like safe.
Sure. Let me roll for Barzu. You show them to Barzu, and Barzu says, "Oh, these are really good. I like them."
Are they good for people too?
Yeah, they're fine. They'll just turn your poop pink.
Awesome. So I'll put those in my pack.
Okay. Barzu at this point looks kind of. He goes, "Can you hold my eye while I eat some berries?"
Sure.
So it drops the eye into your hand. It doesn't feel wet as you would expect it would. It feels very cold, but you get no other feelings off of it. And the crow eats the berries and takes the eye back from you.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Why wouldn't it be?
You just seem nervous.
No, it's okay. It's all fine. It's all adorable. Everything's adorable.
Put some tape over the eye while you had it in your hand.
You did not get the feeling that the eye was going to harm you in any way.
Yeah. Also, I'm asleep.
Yeah. So, and Barzu kind of just goes back to playing. He seems very content just to have the eye,
Okay.
to be close to you.
I'll just keep looking around. Can I see anything by the light of the fire in the area?
You don't see much wildlife around you. You're still in the swamp. In the very, very far off distance, you see lights peeking into existence and then dissipating again. They flicker almost like the height of a lantern. But just as quickly as they appear close to you, they appear very far away. You don't notice anything.
Can I tell if they're will-o-the-wisps or something else?
You can tell that they're will-o-wisps. You know what they are at this point.
Okay. And I'll just keep an eye around and wait.
Are you preoccupying yourself with something, or are you going? Wait, are you just kind of just watching?
I'm just keeping an eye around and watching and going back and looking at Bijou or whatever.
Barzu, he's your best friend. Learn his damn name.
I know.
Jesus.
Jesus, I give you a pet, and then you don't.
I know, but then Bijou is one of my favorite restaurants, so I keep messing it up.
Ask it if you can call it Bijou then.
No, it's Barzu. It'll be okay. Plus gnomes give all of their friends weird nicknames anyway, so.
Wait, is it Barzu or Farzu?
Barzu.
Bar.
With a B?
Yes.
B is in bunny. Not
Okay,
funny.
this is very important.
There we go.
B is in bullywug.
So, your watch happens without incident. So, who's on third? Mariel and.
No, who's on first?
I am.
Okay. So,
Also, I'm wondering, since I've done my 4 hours, can I level up now, just in case anything happens in the second part?
yep, you can level up.
Okay, so what do I do for that again?
Level up. Yeah, roll your hit
Hit
die.
die. So that is a D10?
Yep.
Just click on your hit die and it'll actually give you
Oh.
your constitution bonus as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think you'll want to keep that roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to keep that
roll.
roll, so can I just add my constitution
Yeah.
bonus? Is that the proficiency bonus or no, constitution, right?
Yeah, it's your modifier for Constitution.
Okay. So that would be, so if I got 9 and my Constitution modifier's 3, then that would be 12 that I
12.
add?
Yeah, then you go up by 12.
Everybody's
Okay.
got more hit.
I don't
Okay.
know. I have the same number as you.
Yeah.
Come on, Tank.
We're the 16 club.
And the one hit point club simultaneously. You're Schrodinger's
I know.
club. We're either at 1 or 16. Who knows?
Aren't we the Venn diagram club?
Okay, so and
All right.
I'm with her. I'm going to start out with X.
You do not find any food.
And I would do. Would go through something like karate's got something, tai chi's got some type of like thing that would help solidify my skills, my understanding of my inner self.
Fair enough.
I'm guessing would probably take like half an hour.
Yeah, I would say so.
Self and nature.
Yep.
While he's doing that, I'd like to see if I can find any food.
Sure. You did not find. You're unsure what's around you. You don't recognize
And-
it. While you two are on watch, William.
So real quick, so after I get done with my thing, I don't know if you're gonna have happen during or after, but after I keep my swords out everywhere. Like I take watch extremely seriously.
Fair enough.
I'm a military type.
So while this is going on, William, you're sleeping. You receive a dream that you know is naturally and intuitively is from your patron, granting you safe passage and cautioning you against some of the whims of your party members. It is just as vague as that. Eliwick, you have a dream, and you're starting to fall asleep, but something seems wrong, and in your dream, a hand reaches out for you. It is an amphibian hand, and it shakes yours and says, "Good having you aboard." And that's it. That's all there is. So that.
Interesting.
And then on the dream experience, Zerevex, you feel as if Helm is guiding you, and he does not seem pleased. He cautions you to think of your actions and to remember the laws and the ways of the Helm peoples, the Helmites. And that is your dream for this night. And that is it for that. And your watch passes without any issue. So it is on to the next watch.
Do I
Me
do
again.
You can do it now.
Shouldn't we all do it now then?
No, as you wake up. Are you on fourth watch? You get
He's on third.
Well, he needs another 2 hours, right?
not bad.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, I'm on fourth watch again because I'm still awake.
Yep.
All right, I guess for me, I'd get up and I would just have breakfast from the rations that I brought with me.
Okay.
Can I try foraging again, or do I only get to do that once a night?
You can try foraging again.
Okay. Okay, guess not.
Yeah, you're still not able to find anything. Zerevex, what are you doing? You're making lunch or making breakfast with the rations, but are you doing anything else?
Just Not really. Just relaxing, waiting for everyone else to wake up after the night.
Come on.
Can't he roll his hit die as well now since...
Yeah. Did you roll it?
Nice.
That's good.
I'm totally gonna roll a 1.
It's not bad. I'm at 35 now.
That's great.
You're at 35?
I like the fact that Tyler cut out.
Yeah, why not?
I'm at 16.
I'm 16 also.
You haven't rolled yet.
I know, but I still feel bad.
Good.
Okay. And your watch passes without incident. So now everybody's up.
Roll a hit dice then?
Yeah, anyone who hasn't rolled their hit dice can roll their hit dice.
Hey, so I thought of something.
Damn it.
Since that was going to be my shorter sleep, I would want to sleep some in how to better health.
You would have thought of different armors that you could make that would help you, things that would be flashy but would still be protective and look good in battle. So think of it as like a pop-up of like, you've learned one new recipe.
Right. I'm not looking to, all of a sudden know how to make an indestructible tank that I can walk around in. I just want to and I'm hopefully going to remember to keep doing it. But my whole point is that I'm trying or my end goal, right?
Yep. And so you thought up an idea of a pair of gauntlets that you think would help you and look flashy,
Gotcha.
and they would be easy enough for you to make.
Perfect.
And work. I'm assuming we're talking about what we talked about on Saturday, and this is building off of that.
Y'all.
Okay.
I said you're.
What do I need to do for leveling up?
Will you hit die? You're good. I saw your message.
What do I need to do for leveling up? I've forgotten again.
Just hit your hit dice.
Once I put 3 in there, right?
Well, that shouldn't matter. You'll just be clicking it and taking the roll and adding it is your maximum hit points.
Okay, but I get 3 hit die now, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, good job.
So 9 plus my constitution?
That's
No,
already
that's
in
got
there.
That includes it.
No, that one's together.
Oh, okay.
So you just add that to your total.
Okay.
Am I the lowest in the party right now?
Did
Well,
you
yeah.
roll yet? Oh,
Yeah, I got a 6.
I got a 6 as well.
What are you at?
I'm at 27 total.
I'm at 22.
No, what did Frost got a 10? Never mind.
I'm at 23.
None of my
This
good
game
berries are
bites.
good anymore.
It's obviously the game and not dice rolls. See what happens when you irk Tamora and don't fall for my tricks? Dice rolls are against you.
Light of Palor guides me.
Yeah, but he doesn't help you out a lot.
I mean, I guess you could technically try and use your inspiration on it
Do I have
But-
inspiration?
if you had inspiration. But then again, if you roll something worse,
Yeah, is
use
inspiration like you get to
guidance for
re-roll
that?
it, but the shittier one counts if it's the second one?
I think that's how it
It
is.
is.
Okay. That's important. Very
Just
important
don't
to know.
do it with. I don't think you want to do that with what you rolled your hit points, right?
Me? No. I mean, mine's good enough. I kind of wish I would have done that on my first. I don't think I had
I rolled
inspiration.
No, I
I
was.
rolled a 5 and a 6. Which means that I rolled a 2 and a 3 on D8.
Oh,
Woohoo!
okay, you officially win.
Somebody had to do something. Okay. Are you guys gonna talk about anything that happened overnight?
I'm going to tell him about my dream and say I really think I ended up getting the similar curse because a frog-like hand came out and shook my hand in my dream and told me welcome to the club or something like that. So I think I'm in the same boat as you, Zerevex.
I have been contacted by my patron, and she has let me know that we will have safe passing through the forest as we cut south.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Through the Fey Forest.
Yes, through the Fey Forest. The non-Fey Forest in the swamp. Yeah.
Well, praise be to the gods.
See if Palo can help you now.
I had a wonderful night.
Slept perfectly. Anybody else gonna say anything?
I just kind of wake up, big sigh, and I don't think I'm really gonna share that. If people would see me, they would think that I'm pretty happy with myself, or pretty happy with.
Perfect.
I'm gonna see how Barzu's feeling.
Sure. Barzu is just waking up. The eye was in his mouth as he slept. He sees you and says, "Hi,
I'll say good morning.
what's for breakfast?"
Do you want some of the berries I found last night?
Yeah, will you hold my eye again?
Of course. May I stroke your head?
Of course.
Nice.
And he happily eats the berries, and then takes the eye back from you and goes back to playing with it.
That's disgusting.
It's
Oh,
really
not.
It doesn't feel slimy or anything.
Really?
Must be really magical.
It's an eyeball.
Yeah, but he's a crow.
How does that make it any better?
Well, you know how crows are.
Yeah, they're rather flighty.
And they eat a lot of carrion. It's just in their nature.
I've never seen one carry an eyeball around before.
So I don't think I've seen it, the crow eat the eye yet.
Well, some crows keep treasures.
That is true.
Yep. As you guys are starting to pack up camp, you notice that the clouds start to darken around you, and it looks like a storm is oncoming.
Wasn't it in like this perpetual darkness area?
Yeah, but you notice that there's even darker darkness. If you were to think of what time of day it was, you would know it was morning. And if you, you can smell the air change. It begins to rain.
I'd like to try out summoning my pack longsword at this point as well, just to have it in my hands.
Sure, anybody else want to try out any other item they might have that's super magical and could help?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hold up my holy symbol.
Action.
Wait, now.
Should I be using my orb to, like, make sunlight? Or does it only do storms?
Oh, it can do whatever you want. I just didn't know if you want to use it. So, William, you now hold your pack sword.
Yes. There's a nice, somewhat glowy, Star Knighty kind of blade. It's all fancy.
Where'd
You're
you
my
get that?
hero, Liam.
It is a blessing from my patron. I have served her well, and she has rewarded me.
Okay. Where did you get that? When did you get that?
Out of thin air.
Sorry, I'm trying to update my spells.
And for him, I show that I can put it. I can have it disappear from my hand, and then I can summon it back at will. That I can throw it on the ground a few feet away, have it disappear, and then I can summon it right back to my hand again.
That certainly is a nice trick.
I know. Now watch me never use this blade and use Eldritch Blast for the rest of time.
Okay. So it's 8:55. You guys are getting ready to head out. Gretchen, do you want to try using your orb, or do you want to wait till next week?
I think I'll wait while we're packing up just to see if it's a really unnatural storm or if it's one that I need to do something with.
Okay. So that's it for this week. Next week we'll meet up again, 7 o'clock, as per the normal. So.
All right. Awesome.
So,
Well, thanks, guys.
to leave it off, we wake up to a regular or magical storm.
It's just a storm coming in. You don't know right now if it's regular or magical.
And Eliwick, you are or are not going to do it.
I'm going to have my orb out ready in case it's something, if I need to change it. But I also, since I leveled up, I've been able to gain some more spells. So I was working on daylight as one of the spells since
Gotcha.
we're often in darkness.
That's why I have my light spell.
Yep.
And what I can see in the dark.
Aren't you special?
No,
I actually get to make it daylight places, so not just light.
I can blow up with light.
So yeah.
Ready.
So, okay.
All right.
Session, folks.
Yeah.
We
Thanks.
moved about
Successfully
like
cursed
10 feet.
2 of our members now.
Moroz, how many viewers did you get this time?